Hey y'all, I'm back. It's your girl Mimi Rochelle, ready to catch us up. See this cartel that kicked in already. Get ready to catch us up on this cartel crew, okay? Now, hold on, let me shoot my drink. I got a piece of ice too. Hold on. Now, I don't know if y'all up on cartel crew, but the doll is, okay? Cartel crew is an extension of Black Ink Crew. So if you watch Black Ink Crew, you'll like Cartel Crew. Just letting you know now, okay? If you haven't tuned in already. But basically, Cartel Crew is about descendants or siblings or children of members that were in the cartel, specifically the Colombian cartel. I watched the show notably for two people. Michael Blanco, who is the youngest son of Griselda Blanco, who was considered the godmother of the cartel. She was kicking ass, taking names. She's killed hundreds of people, sold pounds of coke, and she is infamous in the Colombian community. Also, Tattoo Baby. You might remember Tattoo Baby from Black Ink New York. Black Ink New York fan. I love Black Ink New York. She was messing with C's at one point in time when him and Duchess was going through their little thing when he was starting down in Miami. That's how she got introduced. Okay. So, season 1, I'm going to do episodes 4 and 5 in one video because I wasn't about to do another video. I got to get up and go work out in the morning, and I'm doing a boot camp. Ooh, Lord have mercy. But I'm doing episodes 4 and 5 in the same daggone video, nonetheless. So, let's get into it, guys. Let's get caught up on Cartel Crew, okay? So, the episode starts off in Mike's gym. Now, Mike owns a gym in Miami, and he does some type of martial arts. I can't remember what type of martial arts that they do in this in the gym, but it's a nice gym, and he basically opened the gym, he said, about 5 years ago because he was trying to get back, trying to make some legit money and trying to give back to his community so kids don't make the same mistakes that he made. And in essence, like, he was kind of a victim of his circumstance. I mean, hell, his mama was the damn godmother of selling coke. So I don't know what else he could have done. I mean, there was nobody around him to show him the way. But nonetheless, he's opened this gym to help kids in the community. So he has Los come in and talk to a few of his students at the gym. Los is Tattoo Baby's, I want to say employee or assistant or whatever. But he comes in and basically wanted him to give the kids some words of encouragement, which I think is awesome. We all know people in gangs, you know what I'm saying? And that's one reason why I do love the show, because the cartel is a different, it's a different kind of gang, and there is a different lifestyle that we don't know about. Although this is probably kind of over-exaggerated and romanticized, it does give you some perspective as of the thought process and the things that they have to deal with being in that life. So I definitely like that aspect. And Los basically just comes and talks to the kids and tells them, it was hard to get out the life. It wasn't a cakewalk. The things that he's seen his brother get murdered in front of him. He said his brother actually got dismembered. Nigga, that means cut up. I mean, that shit you only see in the movies, you know what I'm saying, on Netflix, on Narcos. They probably showing that shit on Narcos on Netflix. I don't watch it, but that shit you think is made up, but this is real life happening to people in families, and so that is probably kind of hard to deal with. And then with him saying that, with getting out of that life, he traded one vice for another. So he was out here selling drugs, robbing people, probably killing people. Then he turned to alcoholism, and that's the demon he's fighting now. So he's basically saying, how hard it was and how hard it is, because now that, he's gotten out of the life, he still has this issue with alcohol, and that issue with alcohol is one of the reasons why he can't see his daughter. And I ain't mad at the mama. The mama was this episode 3, and the mama said, "Love don't live here no more, baby. I can't do this." It kind of gave me, he might have put his hands on her type tease. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looked like he was wilding out. So the mama said, "Nah, baby." You know what I'm saying? And although I'm all for, kids being with their daddies, at the same time, if you out here coming home and whooping my ass and doing all types of wild shit in front of my kid, you got to go. And kudos to her that she had the wherewithal to be like, "Nah, motherfucker, you got to get up out of here," because some of y'all hoes would have stayed. Okay? Anyway. Take a sip on that. Alright. So, that was the touching scene at the gym. So then we get to Marie. Marie is Mike's, I want to say, fiance. Mike's fiance, tattoo baby, her cat, and Diana. I don't know Diana. Diana went in the first 3 episodes, but she was in the commercial, so I'm assuming this is her introduction to the group. Okay. Now, Miss Diana, she's an interesting character, as we got to see in this episode. But anyway, so tattoo baby, Catherine is what her mama called her later on in the episode. But Kat has been struggling with the fact that she has to, if she should tell her son about her baby daddy being in and out of jail. Like, the daddy got out of jail, then the baby then got on house arrest. So she was sending the little boy over there with the daddy on house arrest, which I really don't know how I feel about that. And then he ended up somehow being late. Something popped off, but they ended up sending his ass to the halfway house. Okay. So she's trying to debate whether she should tell the son, which I don't think she should. The little boy like 3 or 4. So I'm like, he probably don't. I don't know, but I just don't think a 4-year-old is going to be able to comprehend the fact that his daddy is in a halfway house. AJ age, maybe 6, 7. Yeah, if you decide to have that conversation, but no 4-year-old, 3-year-old is don't know what a halfway house is. So, but that's a real issue that she's struggling with. So that leads to the introduction of Diana. Okay. Diana was selling weed with her husband. Okay. Diana was getting it in, honey. She was doing the damn thing, selling that bud. And her and her husband ended up getting caught, of course. They wanted her to snitch on her husband. And she wouldn't do it. I don't know. Now, she said the husband said, "Go ahead and tell on me." But she felt like, I ain't about to snitch. Nigga, you ain't about to get me fucked up. Hell no. So she didn't snitch. Okay. She ends up getting 2 years. The husband ends up getting 22 years. So they have 4 kids together. And she's just gotten out of jail recently. So I liked her steez at the table. I'm going to have to see her in more episodes just to kind of get a feel for her. You know what I'm saying? But as of this point, we gonna see. We gonna see, girl. We gonna see. Okay. So after we get the spiel on Diana, cut back to Tattoo Baby. Tattoo Baby, like, well, doing all this reflecting, I think, I want to go to New York. Now, that's where she originally from. New York is where her father died. Her father was killed when she was 4. So she hasn't been back to New York. Her mom, I think she said, got invited to a family reunion, and she's like, well, I think I need to go. So for some support, you know what I'm saying, she decided to invite Diana and Marie. Okay, girl. More support. You know what I'm saying? You got your mama. But you need a storyline. So, okay, let's go. They'll go with you, girl. All right. So, once they get the finished food line about going to New York and trading crime stories, that's what the fuck they was doing. Marie proceeds to bring up the petty shit about Stephanie. Now, Stephanie and her got into it last episode real quick because Stephanie, it was a grown woman about some shit, accepted somebody's apology. Marie doesn't like the fact that she accepted the girl apology because Marie was about to fight the girl. So she feel like, well, bitch, I was about to fight this hoe and you just gonna accept her apology and just move on. She feels some type of way about that. Girl, come on. The girl apologized. She's just gonna apologize and then still hit her in her face. I don't know. I mean, that's not me, but okay, whatever. Respect on that. So she feels some type of way about Stephanie. Stephanie is Tattoo Baby's best friend. So Marie asked, is she coming? No, Stephanie got something to do. You know what I'm saying? She got her own shit popping. She ain't coming. I want her to come, but she ain't coming. This is what Tattoo Baby say. So that's when Marie get on the petty shit. Like, oh, she gonna have to come and see me, and that's messed up, and how you just gonna accept her apology and blase splee. Tattoo Baby shut that bitch down. Like, look, at the end of the day, that's my best friend. At the end of the day, if you her friend, which is some true tea, if you her friend, you're not gonna make her choose. I'm not gonna make her choose. It is what it is. If she wanna be the girlfriend, then let her be your friend. You ain't got to hang around the girl. Beat it with the shit. And I like the way that Tattoo Baby kind of just real classy base shut the shit down and was like, bruh, like, that's my friend. I'm not on that. Don't be on that shit. Let's move on. Okay. So then we get to, I'm about to take another sip. Are y'all sipping y'all drinks? This is my only drink for the night too. Alright. So Marie and Michael, they at home. And she's packing for New York. Okay. And Pure Blanco is this brand that Mike and his old slanging buddy, this is a clothing line that they started. And then brought Marie in on it. That's this woman. She gonna always be in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Any good woman is going to have her hands in some capacity of her man's business in order to help build the brand and move towards progress for both of them, right? But Marie, she wants to be a partner. And the boyfriend, Mike, and the business partner, like, no. No. Bitch, I said no. Bitch, I said no. We not doing that. So she feel like she need to, assert herself. That's what I call it. Assert herself in the situation. So they start going back and forth about Pure Blanco, and she talking about, I'ma show you, and you don't know who you fucking with. I can do it. You don't think I can do it? Huh, watch. I'ma show you I can do it. I done set up a meeting and everything, and they gonna take a look at our clothes, and they gonna put it in our stores, and blase split, and whoop-de-whoop-whoop. You know how we be talking. And she was popping the neck. Oh, this is my version of popping the neck. But anyway. So they was going back and forth about that. Needless to say, I feel like y'all should have been getting it in before you went to New York instead of fighting and arguing about how you gonna show him. Okay, I'ma show you. I'ma show you. Okay. So, of course, before they all leave for New York, Tattoo Baby and Stephanie meet up at the hair shop. Okay. And of course, you already know, in true reality show fashion, Tattoo Baby spills the tea about the conversation at the restaurant. Now, what I don't understand is why Stephanie got so hostile. Like, bruh, we all friends. Why, first of all, why are you so hyped about this situation? Okay. Second of all, why is you talking to me like this about these two chicks? Like, at the ends of the day, yes, that is kind of sus. It is sus, sis, that you was so quick to be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you going in on lunch dates with the bitch. Then later on we find out you going on spa dates with the bitch. Like, come on, it is a little sus, sis. But I do feel like you want to be the bigger person. Be the bigger person. Hey, I'm all for it. Be the bigger person, bitch. But it is a little sus. And we gonna side-eye your ass about it. Okay? And that's gonna be that. So within this conversation, Stephanie asked her who's going to New York. Tattoo Baby conveniently leaves out that Marie and Diana was going. Okay? Is it a big deal? Not really a big deal. Hey, what do I know? I mean, shit. Why the fuck I'm gonna bring the bitches up if you already just sit up here and cuss the entire fuck out of this bitch? I'm not about to bring her up because guess what? You're not about to raise your voice at me no more. Okay? Let's just say that. So, after this scene, guess where they end up? They make it to New York. Okay? So, they make it to New York. Everybody's cool. Everybody's fine. Everybody's dandy. All right? So, Marie and Diana go down to the spa. Okay? And it looked like a nice little spa, too. Shit, I need to get in the damn spa. Okay? Get my back rubbed. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little massage and a facial. Or whatever. But, they down to the spa. And they're talking, just, fool-la-line and kikiing, sharing their histories, because they really don't, Marie and Diana really don't know each other. So they just, fool-la-line, spilling tea or whatever. And Marie, the drinks is flowing, so as soon as them drinks start flowing, guess what? Hoes get all in their feelings, you know what I'm saying? So basically, Marie opens up about her family, and basically the tea with her and her family is the family don't fuck with her. The family don't mess with her because she messed with Mike. And she wasn't raised in that life. Like, that wasn't her upbringing. Wasn't nobody in her family a part of the cartel. Wasn't no narcos. She come from a clean cut, blue collar. They don't do this. And basically, she started messing with him. And her family disowned her. Ain't talked to her, girl. Ain't said not nada nutter to her. Okay, so she's thinking like, okay, I'm on this trip. Maybe I need to reach out to my dad and just see how I can mend the fence. Okay, so she gets really emotional about that. And it's like, what do I do? How do I do this? You know what I'm saying? And so once they kind of break through and she's like, oh, well, I'm going to probably try to reach out to him when I come back. You know what I'm saying? Here go Marie, Diana asked, talking about some, speaking of, family, I thought, Kat and Stephanie was close, blase splee, like, what's the tea on that? Why she ain't here? Now, here reality TV messy ass go. They cut to Stephanie and Nicole. Now, Nicole is the girl that Stephanie accepted the apology from. Okay, so they do they fooling, they doing they kikiing and foo la line down to the spa too. Okay, so I guess they getting their facials. They getting their facials. Stephanie all on the Instagram. Stephanie see a post a tattoo baby, and that she posted a picture, and Marie and Diana is in the picture in New York. So Stephanie get mad that these two hoes was in the picture. Now, I don't know what they cut out. However, during that conversation in the beauty salon, I don't remember her saying, I don't want you to fuck with them, don't talk to her, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I didn't hear that. You know what I'm saying? So I was perplexed as to why she was so fucking pissed off about the fact that they was there. Now, yes, she didn't tell you that they was there, but at the same time, what the fuck does it matter? You know what I'm saying? Was that conversation in the beauty shop to your way of saying, bitch, I don't fuck with her, so you don't fuck with her? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you didn't say those words, I don't see what the issue is of Tattoo Baby and them being together. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you not here. So, what the fuck does it matter? I'm trying to figure that out. I was perplexed as to why she was so pissed off. And then I was thinking, like, is that a cultural thing? Because I do feel like Spanish people are more territorial than other cultures. So maybe it was like a territory thing. Like, nah, bitch, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an unspoken rule. I don't know, but it was weird. Like, what the fuck? So we get back to New York. And Marie meets up with some potential buyers. Turns out, baby girl wouldn't talk shit. She had a meeting set up with some two black Brooklyn businessmen, okay, who potentially would carry the line in their store. Now, let me tell you something. They got baby girl together. I ain't gonna even lie to you. They got baby girl together. They told baby girl, ain't nobody wearing no old Spanish bitch on their motherfucking chest. What the fuck? What the fuck am I selling this for? Why? Who in Brooklyn? They needed the who, the what, the why, the when, the where. What is going on? Because I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? She cute. And at the end of the day, she brought publicity to the store. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nobody outside of Brooklyn, at least I just speak for myself, that know who and what the fuck a Venice is. Okay, so she brought some pub to your store, black men. So the least you could do is sell a few pieces. You know what I'm saying? But mind you, the deal that they cut was a consignment deal, and from what I understood from that interaction, that meant free. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering if they sold them pieces. And if they sold them pieces, how much they sell them for. Okay? Because it don't cost that much to make them goddamn shirts now. Okay? But we going to keep on moving right along. And leave that where it is. Now, Tattoo Baby meets up with the family. So the whole reason for going to New York was for the family reunion, like I said. And they all met up at the family restaurant, which was real dope to see. Like, that's one thing, like, especially like in Italian communities, Jewish communities, Spanish communities. Most families have a restaurant in the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know a lot of, just me. I don't know a lot of black families that have restaurants in their family. Like, I think maybe only one person I know that actually has a restaurant. But if you notice, like I said, in Italian, Jewish, Spanish, they all have communal places where they can meet that somebody owns. You know what I'm saying? That serve food, okay? Shit. But anyway, so they all meet up for the reunion. And you know how they, motherfucker drinks get to flowing. You know what I'm saying? Reminiscence starts happening. And her mom starts to open up about her dad. And basically her mama said, the restaurant, they were basically saying the restaurant was like a go-to spot for the cartel. Like it was always some shady shit running in and out the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the mama met the daddy. So when the mama met the daddy, she already knew that he was in the cartel. You know what I'm saying? Which is very interesting because it's like you already know he's in a dangerous lifestyle, like dangerous lifestyle, and you still chose him anyway. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you kind of knew how it could end. You would hope that it didn't end like that, but you kind of fucking knew that it was going to end like this. So yeah, the mama met the daddy in the restaurant. Okay. But it turned from like real like happy memories till like shit got real, and the cousin was talking about his daddy got shot up, and then it was like 4 years before her daddy got shot up, and people started crying and adios mio, I don't want to talk about this no more. It was just a lot, so I don't know what they cut out, but it looked like it got real deep and real somber in that joint. So you know. And then Marie, because she didn't come from that life, what it turns out, well, from what it looked like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't come from that life. She, quote unquote, gangster, but from what I understand, she didn't come from the life that everybody else comes from. You know what I'm saying? She was like really taken aback, like, bruh, like, I can understand why my mama and daddy don't like Mike, because he was a part of this. Like his mother could have been the reason why she don't have no daddy. He don't have no daddy. You don't have no daddy. Like that's a real reality. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand why your parents is like, girl, you tripping. He he done stuff to people. So I can definitely, oh, look at my keys. I can definitely understand. Oh, well, I can definitely understand where her parents are coming from. And I saw in that moment, and she realized in that moment, like, yeah, this is some heavy shit. Like, I'm in some shit. Okay. So we move on to Los and Mike meeting up. You know what I'm saying? And Los, he's still talking about these demons that's on this monkey on his back. You know what I'm saying? He going through this stuff with his daughter and the baby mama. And he's like, shoot, I don't even want to be here. I just want to be somewhere getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, asking Mike, can you give me some advice? And Mike is like, bro, I'm going through the same shit you going through. Yes, I might be handling it a little better, you know what I'm saying, than you, but I'm going through shit too, bro. Like, listen, ain't nobody got it to do. You better figure it out. You got to figure it out. We can figure it out together, but I don't have nothing for you. I got a gym. I got a gym. Real shit. This motherfucker said he overdosed 3 times. They brought him back to life twice after he got out that life. So that means he was doing, you just drinking. He probably was drinking, doing coke, doing heroin, doing meth. He had access to every type of drug. Okay? Bruh, relax. Relax. And I'm not downplaying or belittling addiction, but in that conversation I got from Mike that he's like, bruh, I don't have no answers for you. I don't have the answers myself. He told him, I wouldn't be a man if I sat up here and lied to you and told you that I had my shit together, because I don't. But I'm trying. I'm motherfucking trying. And that's what matters. He's trying. He's making the effort to do something different. And that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Okay? So after we get through that scene, we go to Tattoo Baby goes to where her daddy died. And where her dad died. So basically what happened with her dad dying was they set him up. They had a party, told this man to come to the party, bring your wife, bring your daughter, come on to the party, okay? And when he got to the party, they killed his ass. The mama stayed back for whatever reason and was on her way to the party when he was getting killed. When she was walking up on the party, they was wheeling his body out of the party. That's what happened. Okay. So that was in the 90s. Okay. So this was the first time going back. They said that not only because the mama and the daughter wasn't there, they had put out a hit on the mama and put out a hit on the daughter. Okay. On Tattoo Baby. Okay. It was that serious. So like that's why they said that was the first time coming back to that place, because they didn't they didn't know. They didn't know. They didn't know. They didn't know what was going on. Like, what's the tea? All right. So, episode 5. This is when we start episode 5. Okay, almost done. Yes, sir. Let me take another sip of my cocktail. And while I'm taking this break, make sure y'all like and subscribe to my videos. Give a girl a chance. Give a girl a shot. You heard? Anyway, so episode 5 starts off with Tattoo Baby and Stephanie meeting up. Let me tell you something. Stephanie was pissed off about this trip. And she pissed me off in this conversation. Because I feel like this girl went and bust a goddamn grape in a fruit fight. And my response to her is, who the fuck you yelling at? Who the fuck you yelling at? Why you yelling? You mad about me taking them or asking them to come with me? This is for how I feel. You mad because she asked them to come with you and you couldn't go. Why you mad? Yeah. And I feel like at the end of the day, what really pissed me off was the fact that she was being a hypocrite about the shit. Like, you mad that I'm on a trip with Marie and Diana, but you down to the spot with motherfucking Nicole. So either way it go, we both we doing the same thing. You didn't tell me you was going to the spa with this bitch, and I ain't tell you I brought these hoes to fucking New York with me. There it is. And at the end of the day, I brought them for support because I was going to go through an emotional experience. Bitch, I just relived one of the most traumatic experiences of my life with my mama. I needed friends there to help me and support me. And the fact that you can't get down with that, it's a fucking problem as a friend. And that's what Tattoo Baby told her. Like, bitch, you ain't even text me and ask me how my trip was. And you the one motherfucker that know what I've gone through and what I go through and how I struggle with this. And you mad. Bitch, you mad. Whatever. You mad. You mad. You mad because these hoes went with me? Bitch, beat it. Bye, boom, be gone. Okay? We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do it. I won't do it. And we gonna keep it moving and keep it pushing. Alright. So next scene is Mike and Marie and Mike go out on the date with Diana and Diana's girlfriend. Now Diana said when you in jail, messing with girls is the way of life, honey. That's how you pass the time. Her words, not mine. Okay, that's how you pass the time. And so when she got out of jail, it was kind of like whatever. I got my freedom. I'ma do me, and I want to fuck with bitches, so I'ma fuck with bitches. Okay. Um, I don't even know what to say. I don't know how to respond because guess what? I ain't never been to jail. I ain't never been to jail, and that's all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna keep it moving. So they went go karting, which looked fun. You know what I'm saying? After they went go karting, they sat down and kind of swapped stories about how each other's met. You know what I'm saying? And Mike and Marie met having threesomes. Okay, Mike and Marie met having threesomes. Um, from what I understand on that story is Marie was messing with a chick. The chick invited Mike into the equation, and Marie and Mike rode off into the sunset and now have a 2-year-old daughter. Different strokes for different folks. I'm not gonna judge that relationship, but it was a very telling scene as we get closer to the ends of the episode. Okay, so at the go-kart park, Diana says she's having a freedom party. She wants to celebrate her freedom. The first thing that popped into my mind when I heard that was, well, like, bitch, how long you been out of jail? A freedom party? Like, freedom parties usually happen when you first get out. So I'm curious to know how long she has been out. And maybe they did mention it at the beginning of the episode and I just kind of went over my head. But I'm really anxious. I'm really curious to know is how long this hoe been out of jail. Okay. So we get from them going on a double date, and Nicole ends up meeting with her friend Allie. Now Allie, you know, there always gotta be a pot stirrer in the group. You know what I'm saying? That one that's like, ooh, yeah, bitch, get her. She talked about your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother. Yup, girl, get her. Stirring it up, bitch. Stirring it up, bitch. But she met with the friend Allie. And quite as it's kept, Nicole is a pot stirrer too. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's always one. When you get two together, that's a recipe for disaster. Okay. So when Nicole and Marie got into it, Marie was telling her, Google my family. Google my family. Da 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 da. So that's exactly what Nicole did. She Googled the whole family. But what Nicole came up with was the fact that Marie was, goddamn it, doing webcam sex. She done stumbled upon her webcam sex page. Baby girl, that was a motherfucking find. Okay? So, she like, listen, I'm not gonna be petty, but I'm gonna keep it in my motherfucking pocket just in case this bitch pop fly. I ain't gonna just go to her and be like, yeah, I know you got a webcam, ho. I'm gonna put it in my pocket and I'm gonna keep it safe just in case this bitch wanna pop fly. So I felt that, like, you know, you don't never know. I got a few little things in my back pocket too, bitch. I understand. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can't show what you got when you got it, you know? So I felt her. Listen. So we move on to Marie meeting up with her brother. And I was surprised to see the brother film because the whole time she kept saying none of her family mess with her, none of her family mess with her. Well, the brother does mess with her, come see, come side. Okay, that's so for motherfuckers that don't know foreign language. He the only one I talk to her though. You know what I'm saying? And basically, from what I gathered from that lunch was Marie was telling too much of Mike's business. I think that she was dazed and amazed that she was even able to pull a motherfucker like Mike. And she was geeked up and she went and told her family too much of her business. And that's why the family don't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, he is the son of Griselda de Blanco. So, of course, you're going to already have a perception. But when you keep it short and sweet, it changes things. Like, your parents didn't need to know how much money he was bringing into the house. You know what I'm saying? That's not something your brother needed to know. That's something you tell your friends. That's not something you tell your family. That's just true tea. You got to pick and choose what you tell your family, especially with him being the father of your child, and especially if this is somebody that you see yourself spending the rest of your life with. Like, there's just certain things that you can't tell them to avoid those fucking awkward moments. And in this case, they want to just avoid the awkward moment and avoid your ass and him altogether. They like, I ain't gonna do it. I bet you we don't do it. I ain't gonna do it. I bet you we don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So the brother was basically letting her know, like, you know, we just going by what we know and what you told us. And based on that, they not fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to come to that conclusion and live in that truth. And maybe at some point, family will get back together and they'll accept the situation. But you didn't make it no better by piling your relationship shit over the shit that they can research and the shit that they know from history. That's what I got from the conversation. And another thing that I did get from that conversation is she seems very spoiled. And she seems very naive and sheltered in regards to a lot of things that have transpired. I do feel that way. Los and Mike meet up at the acupuncture. I do think it's dope that they are trying to find alternatives to dealing with their demons and dealing with their addiction. I am a firm advocate in acupuncture. It definitely worked for me. High blood pressure wise, I did it through my first and halfway through my second trimester of pregnancy. It does wonders. Anxiety, sickness, anything that you can think of, acupuncture cures, honey. So don't sleep on it. Okay. And it got me used to the needles, because when you're pregnant, you know what I'm saying? Like, they stick you with a lot of fucking needles. They don't tell you that shit. I'm going to tell you that shit. If you don't like needles, don't fucking get pregnant, because guess what? They going to stick your ass up. Okay? Moving right along. But they went to acupuncture, which I thought was a dope scene. I thought that was very out of the box. And it was very, like I said, something that's different that can definitely help you. All right, girls. I'm almost done, honey. We about to get to the nitty gritty. So Stephanie and Nicole meet up, okay? And basically, this conversation with them meeting up was basically like, look, I done put everything out on Stephanie. I done put everything out on the table with my best friend. We cool. That's my bitch. That's my ride. That's my rider. And if we gonna be cool, you gonna have to get shit straight with her. Flat the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I like you, but I can leave you, bitch, if you ain't trying to get right with my homegirl. So we gonna meet up at the meetup, which was Tattoo Baby inviting Stephanie to the Freedom Party, and Stephanie in turn invited Nicole to the Freedom Party, which I don't think was a good idea. But listen, what would be reality TV without a little bit of motherfucking ratchet? And that's what the fuck popped off at this goddamn party. Let me tell you. Okay, all the ratchetness in the world. So listen, we get to the Freedom Party. Okay, my first question though is If Diana just got out of jail, I said first got out of jail, just got out of jail, how the fuck she afford this fly ass room, y'all? That room was bad. Okay. I ain't hosting no girls' parties. I'm hosting a private party in that motherfucking room where all them diamonds and all that room and all that, what they call it, posh furniture, bitch. I'm trying to see what it do. How sturdy that motherfucker is. You heard? Anyway. Yeah, how she afford that room. Okay. And then, getting it ready. Marie falling on the goddamn floor. That shit was funny as hell. I fell the fuck out when I seen that. Another highlight was the girl talk game. I want that game. If anybody can tell me where I can find it, I want it. Listening to them questions, I couldn't even believe they didn't know what a whole bath was. Every bitch know what a whole bath is. Now maybe because this they culture, they don't know. But bitch, you done been at a nigga house before, or about to go to a nigga house before after the club. Okay, you done had to make sure you was fresh, and if you thought you wasn't fresh, you made sure you was fresh with whatever you had available. Ho, don't try to play me like you don't know what a hell bath is. But I digress, and I'm gonna move on. Okay, so they was playing the game, the mood was right, the mood was set, everybody, kikiing and doing their thing. And then Kat drops the bomb that she invited Stephanie. Okay. And Diana wasn't with the shits. She was like, why the fuck you invite this bitch to my party? Like, I can't. You know what I'm saying? And Kat was basically like, look, that's my friend. Like, I love her. And at the end of the day, Marie, I know y'all got some issues, but we all grown. Let's just sit up in here and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I could dig that. Like, let's figure the shit out. You know what I'm saying? We ain't always got to be fighting. Like, why we always got to be violent? What the fuck is all this aggression about? Especially about something as petty as something that really didn't even have nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're mad that she disrespected another person who accepted her apology. The fuck? Like, beat it, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And when Stephanie and Nicole walked in, it went down. Okay, so Diana like, why the fuck she invited your ass. Basically was on some shit like, she invited your ass, I didn't even want you to come, and then you done brought her up in here. What's your tea? You know what I'm saying? So they all sat down and tried to have a mature conversation. It didn't work out. It did not work out. They get to going back and forth and, throwing shots and all of that other stuff. And then Marie, so they going back and forth like, yeah, and you wasn't here for her when she was going through her worst time. She was balled up and crawled up and laid on the floor and this, and you wasn't here. And where was you? And Stephanie like, Kat, why you just sitting there? You not saying nothing. And you know why I wasn't in town. And then Marie, well, you know why I didn't go to New York. And then Marie come in like, yeah, because she was tongue kissing Wayne. You tongue kissing Wayne, bitch? Oh, girl, his breath look like it stank, bitch. Listen, don't get me started on gold teeth, okay? That shit look, niggas with gold teeth, excuse my language, they breath look like it's death. Like, I can't. So for her to be as pretty as she is, not saying that Wayne can't pull a bitch like her or nothing like that, because I'm sure Wayne fucks all type of bitches, but to just imagine that shit is so disgusting to me. Like, it's just disgusting. And the fact that she even said that shit, no respect, no disrespect, but I have no respect for shit like that. Like, and that shit just sounded horrible to me. It sounded horrible. Okay. Anyway. It sounded horrible. I felt was really petty because at the end of the day, like, bruh, so now you're gonna try to pull my whole card. Like, come on. Like, let's be real. You know, I'm not fucking with Wayne. I'm not doing Wayne like that. So that leads into Nicole, like, oh, Marisa, she wanna go there. Let me pull this shit out my back pocket. Giselle Rosario, bitch. And when I tell you the whole room stopped, the whole motherfucking room stopped. Stephanie like, what? What? What you talking about, bitch? Cat like, what? 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 What you talking about, bitch? Maria's face got tight. Like, bitch, how you know that name? How you know that name? She had to lean back. And then tried to get mad at the camera crew, like, y'all knew this shit? Y'all knew this shit? Bitch, you knew this shit. What are you talking about, bitch? You knew. Girl. And the whole time, I'm thinking, like, nah, this is some, some shit in the past. This, you know what I'm saying? This recent. As we come to find out. You know what I'm saying? So then, she, of course, you already know she trying to fight the girl like, hey, like, no, y'all used to bullshit and fuck you, bitch, and fuck you, oh. And it's like, bruh, I'd rather be a hoe than on this goddamn webcam, bitch. I'll take that any motherfucking day, oh. Okay. Alright. So they end up leaving. Stephanie and Nicole ended up leaving. And Nicole like, look, bitch, Cat wasn't standing up for your ass. So I had the receipt. I pulled it out my pocket and laid it on the table. And that bitch shut the fuck up. Okay? End the story. Flat the fuck out. But what's the true tea about the shit is this shit done came out and the boyfriend don't know. So they cut to the scene. Diana and Marie having this conversation like, what's going on with this? What the fuck is the tea on this? And I'm using this voice because it's so funny because that's how I felt looking at this conversation. Like, what's the tea? You know what I'm saying? So she, I just I was going through some things in my life and we was broke and we needed the money and, but I stopped that because, my daughter is going to look at that and she's going to look for me for guidance and comfort and blase, 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 blase. Okay, bitch. Whatever. So the girl asked her, well, do your husband know? Yeah, man. Does he know? No, he don't know. This shit on film. So now you got to spill the tea. You got to spill the tea. Okay? So, the next morning, she spilled the tea. Y'all almost done with your cocktail? She spilled the tea. And Mike went with the shits. Mike said, bitch, I tell you everything. You know everything about my life. And you didn't tell me this. Which leads me back to the fact that y'all met having threesomes. And I don't understand why it was such a surprise. Maybe it was more so a surprise because she kept it from him. Not necessarily that she did it, but the more so the fact that she kept it from him. But what I was taken aback by is the whole time they were talking about it, when she had brought it up in my head, I was like, damn, I hope she didn't do that like after she had her baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, she knew that, I was hoping like maybe she knew that she was about to get pregnant or, that was going down the path and she stopped. But no, this bitch was doing it after she had the baby. Like, that's a hard pill for a man to swallow, and especially a man where he comes from, his title or his stature, in a sense. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's hard for a man to get with it. He like, shit, you know, I'm a freak. I get down with stuff, but baby girl, what the fuck is this about? You know what I'm saying? And then you wouldn't have told me at all. The only reason why you telling me is because this bitch done fronted you on camera, and it's gonna come out, so you got to tell me. And I can feel where he coming from. Like, that's a trust issue. Just given his lifestyle and where he's came from. Like, bitch, that's a trust issue. And this ain't over. I'm glad that he took the route of, like, I'm just going ahead and leave. I'm not going to ignite this, you know, any more than it already is. I do think it was a low blow, Mike, when you told her ass you can't turn no hoe into a housewife. Because at the end of the day, bitch, you knew she was a hoe when you met her. You met her having a threesome. So at the end of the day, don't low blow like this. I mean, nigga, you had a baby by her. So at the end of the day, don't do that. Don't disrespect her like that, because at the end of the day, your daughter gonna see this. And you still gonna fuck with her at the end of the day. You ain't going nowhere. So don't low blow if you ain't going nowhere. That's my motto in general. Like, if you know you're not going nowhere, like, why you jabbing? If you know you're gonna be rolling over in 2 days looking at my goddamn face, don't do that. Don't do that. The fuck was the point? But overall, these past 2 episodes, I'm glad I am caught up. So Monday when it comes on, I'll be good to go. I set my DVR, so now I don't have to watch the fucking commercials no more. Trying to get through the damn episode. That was tough. But I am caught up, and I am glad that I was able to catch you up. If you like my commentary and you want to see more, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm up and coming, and bitch, I'm coming. All right? So thank you for joining me. Till next time. Peace.